Hi, how are you? Good evening. Happy Tuesday. Welcome to Bernardo Wow Fit. Thanks for tuning in. I appreciate it. Hope everybody had a great weekend, a great start to their week. So, as far as on this week's episode, I'll give an update on my training, how that's going, my nutrition, how that's going, and then I'll talk about how I increase the load or the weight when I do strength training with weights. So as far as my training, so I'm still doing full body PHA. That's going well. Doing it, once a week, maybe two. But I trained this past Saturday, so that went well. So as far as my training, I do the circuits, and I did one thing I did is I increased the volume. So I did 21 working sets this past Saturday for my usual 18. And the reason I did that is I can't really increase the weight because I'm doing body weight stuff. I don't have any vests or anything like that or any weights to increase the load. So I'm just increasing the volume. I'm also decreasing the rest time in between sets. So increasing the volume, decreasing the set time, it has helped me, increase the intensity just to keep my gains going. So that's been going pretty well. And I was definitely sore, definitely sore this past Sunday. And as far as like my training update, I usually do like upper body, lower body, upper body. But somebody I train with said they think that they need more work on their legs. So, I'm not a big fan of just adding like one exercise here or there. That's not how the circuit training, the PHA training that I do works. So what we did is we started playing around with the order of exercises and number of exercises in a circuit. So usually it's 3, and this time it was 4. So we actually did like a legs, push, pull, legs. We also did a pull exercise, legs, and then push. So we supersetted the legs, and the reason we supersetted the legs is one of my training partners said that he thinks he needs to do work on legs. So we all did more work on legs because we trained together. So that was pretty good, and then definitely increasing the volume was real good, and I felt great, and then. As far as my cardio training, so I'm not doing as much cardio as I was doing before. I still walk, here and there, not as much. It's not consistent. Maybe 1 to 2 times a week I take a walk. But what I am doing consistently is my ballet. I just finished my ballet, ballet training, ballet practice, whatever it is, whatever it's called. I just finished it, did about an hour, and I'm excited because I am actually, I was actually learning a routine for a recital. So I'll be doing my first recital. It's pretty cool. I just wanted to add another discipline on top of my strength training. I tried boxing and that went well, and then I tried ballet around the same time, and I decided to stick with the ballet instead of the boxing. I'll definitely get back to the boxing, but I'm just gonna focus on my ballet now. So training's going well, ballet's going well. I'm happy about that. As far as my nutrition, really staying the same. The one thing I did is I brought my eating window down. I used to eat like later, start at 6 or 7. Now I eat starting around 5. So I didn't eat today, and it's about 5 o'clock, 5:15. I will be eating right after this video. I start off with my fruit, and then I'll have a few meals, and I want to be done eating by 9 o'clock. So it's like a 4-hour eating window, and as I mentioned before, it's the same nutrition. It's kind of really the same training, just maybe more volume. And that's the thing about like training, a routine program, nutrition, is when I find something that works, I stick with it until it stops working. And then once it stops working or I'm not happy with the results, that means I'm hitting a plateau. And I'll go in there and I'll start meddling. Like I just recently increased my volume, decreased my training intensity and my nutrition. And I'll probably be keeping the same thing for a while. Like that's it. I found what I like. It works and I'm good with it. So I'll just leave it for as long as I'm doing it, right? And then I am going to be taking off. I usually take 4 to 5 weeks off at the end of the year, and I don't train until the last weekend in January. And I'll probably be going back to the gym, so I'm excited about that. So that's pretty good. And then I'll talk about as far as like increasing the load. So there's a lot of different methods increasing the load, how people do it. I'm not a big fan of like progressive overload by increasing the weight or the load. So what I mean by that, say if I went to the gym today and I did legs, right, and I squatted. So say I did 225, 275, 315, right? Those are like 3, 4, 5 working sets with those weights. And then the next week I'll go to gym, and if I'm doing progressive overload, I would do 225, 275, 315, and 335. Increase the load every week, go up, progressive overload. That's not what I do. I do something called step loading when it comes to the load that I'm working with. And I actually got this from Pavel Tsatsouline. I watched him on a Joe Rogan podcast, and the way they increase the load is it's step loading. So you increase the load, you work on it for a while, and then you keep it the same. So what I'll do is, say I go to the gym and I'll be doing my squats, so I'll do like 225, 275, 315, right? And I'll count the reps. And then the next week I'll do the same weight, but I'll stay at 315. That'll be my max weight. And I usually don't increase the load until I can do not three, until I can do 10 reps, and still struggling under 10. Yeah, it's fine. But that's when I increase the load. And then when I increase the load, I don't max out. I don't go to something I can do once or twice. When I increase the load, I ensure it's a weight I can do 3 times, right? So if I'm doing three sets, so I'll do three, and like 1, and that's fine. And then I won't do more reps till I can do 3 reps, 3 sets or 4 sets or 5 sets, and then I'll start increasing the reps. And that's how I do progressive overload. I don't do it by changing the weight every week. I do it by changing my reps, counting them. And once I get to, I could do a weight 3 by 10, that's when I'll increase it. I'll get it back down to 3 by 3 or whatever, and I'll just keep on working that till I get 3 by 10. And then that way, when I switched from like progressive overload, switching the weight, to step loading, I felt better, but also I decreased my injuries, and that has really helped me, because a lot of times when I would get hurt, I wouldn't get hurt on doing like the 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 reps. I would feel or pull something or feel something go wrong if I was doing like my 1 rep or 2 reps, max. But since I switched to step loaded, I definitely decreased my injuries, and it feels great. So thank you for watching. Hit the like button if you like the video. If you want to see more, hit subscribe. Thank you for tuning in. Take care and keep grinding.